Sport to say, hey guys, it's Claus. Today Claus is playing World of Warships and is be captain of Isokaze. Now you know Claus has always liked to sail destroyers, have epic games with torpedoes. Claus has loved torpedoes, so has decided to show a game and explain how for to use torpedoes and how to win game all time. Well, it's pretty simple, really. Is just two rules you have to remember. Rule number one is shoots enemy. It shoots enemy is rule number one, preferably with torpedoes. And rule number two is only two rules. Second rule is don't let enemy hit you, preferably not with torpedoes. So, okay, you remember rules? Rule number one is you hit enemy with torpedo. And rule number two is don't let enemy hit you with torpedoes. It's pretty straightforward, right? Okay, so let's watch game. And Claus has remembered two rules and his sail favorite ship, Isokaze, and has decided to just sail straight at enemy, find enemy, and follow two simple rules, and hopefully it's a win game. So, let's see here. Claus is sailing. Some enemies getting closer. Oh, look. Okay, his battleship. Claus is locked onto battleship. And as remember, rule number one is shoots enemy, preferably with torpedo. Okay, capture that area. Well, forget that. It's not part of rule. Rule is hit enemy with torpedo, not capture area. Oh, wait. Rule number two is not let enemy shoot you with torpedoes. So as torpedoes come, you just have to avoid. Oh, Claus is in trouble. He's following rule number two, but is not following rule number one. Oh, Claus is sitting duck. He makes some smoke. Okay, so Claus does not get hit by enemy. It's good. It's rule number two. Rule number one is hit enemies with torpedoes. Try rule number one. Okay.
Torpedoes astern.
Oh, torpedoes astern. What is rule number one? Rule number two is not get hit by enemies. Okay. Well, it's lucky there's only two rules, or Clauses sometimes get mixed up. Okay, so his rule number two is follow rule number two is not get hit. Rule number one is hit enemy. There's a fire torpedo, so let's see what for to happen. So far, Claus is only following rule number two. So, oh! There's rule number one is hit enemy with two torpedoes. Claus is shoot enemy rule rule number two. Rule number two is take precedent before rule number one if you're in trouble. So Claus is follow rule number two is avoid torpedoes. That's back to rule number one is shoot enemies with torpedoes. There's only two rules, but sometimes it's get complicated. Okay, let's fire at enemies. Okay, it's good. Let's follow rule number one. Let's have to switch to rule number two. Okay. So you can see, there's only two rules, but sometimes is get a little bit complicated. But so far, Claus is doing a pretty good job. Has hit 5 torpedoes and is avoid, well, maybe lots more than 5 torpedoes. So far it's pretty good. Okay, so let's go find some more stupids. And Claus has now switched back to rule number one. Let's try to find more stupids to shoot. It's always more fun to follow rule number one. But rule number two be just as important. Okay, let's go. Where can we find more Claus is out of position now, because it's have to follow rule number two so many times. Let's avoid torpedoes, but oh look, here's one stupid. Claus can take shot with gun.
Torpedoes dead ahead.
Torpedoes dead ahead. Oh.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Torpedoes starboard. Claus surrounded by torpedoes. Have to shoot's gun. Stupid's gun is miss all the time. Okay, Claus aim. Take shot. And his hit, baby, is do 1 damage. Gun can do 1 damage, torpedo can do 10,000 damage. So rule number 1 is hit enemy, preferably with torpedoes. Let's see what happened with gun. Claus is not following rule number 1 very good with gun. He's having trouble. Let's see. Rule number 1. Claus is get good hit. Can't believe it. And is hit again. Okay. Let's find some more stupids.
Engine boost activated.
His boost engine, so it can find stupids faster. There's one.
Taking the lead. Fire on the enemy warship.
Oh, he's disappeared. His enemy aircraft carrier has disappeared. But Claus can find his hit engine boost. So his go full speed is almost go 40 knots. It's pretty fast. Oh, look, there's more stupids closer. It's behind island. Claus's aim gun. Be ready. His destroyer behind island. Claus has ignored destroyer, I think. And go after bigger fish. Okay, let's head down here. There he is. His enemy aircraft carrier. Claus has always liked to kill enemy aircraft carriers. Hey, enemy aircraft carrier. You think it's maybe time for you to go back to port? Claus is coming. And he cannot see Claus yet. Claus is go full speed. Is head at enemy trajectory. Claus has learned some big words. It's trajectory. Okay, so rule number 1 is shoots enemy, preferably with torpedo. You remember? Sometimes hard to remember. There's only 2 rules, but sometimes a little bit hard to remember both. Look, aircraft carriers disappears, have a better camo than destroyer, so Claus cannot see. Claus is detected, but enemy aircraft carriers disappear. Okay, it's 2 stupids. Claus have to kill 2 stupids. Which one is kill first? Maybe is kill you first. Oh, but is rule number 2 is have to avoid torpedoes. Rule number 1 is shoot torpedoes at enemy. Okay, it's unable to fix it. Fix engine. Okay, rule number 1, shoot enemy with torpedoes. And he's almost dead. It's 2 hits. And rule number 1, good. And now it's rule number 1 again for you. Maybe hit you with torpedoes. Oh, rule number 2 is avoid enemy torpedoes. Oh. So many rules. Let's maybe shoot you. There you go. Hello. You like torpedoes?
Enemy cruiser foundered.
Oh, enemy cruiser is foundered. Claus has forget rule number 2 and does not avoid getting hit. Oh. But Claus has follow rule number 1 pretty good. Is make little mistake on rule number 2. But this game looks like it's for to be over. Let's have a look at post-game stats. Oh.
That was a great battle.
This was a great battle.
Our victory is in sight.
Of course, his victory in sight. Come on, let's get on with it. Okay, so Claus is sink 3 stupids, is make lots XP, is win devastating strike, and a high caliber. Ugh. There's 10 torpedo hits, because his follow rule number 1, of course, is on top. But does not follow rule number 2 very well, is get hit and is sunk. But, oh look, is do over 100,000 damage with torpedoes and a little bit with pop-ups guns. So, if you for remember, 2 rules is very simple. Rule number 1 is hit enemies, preferably with torpedoes. And rule number 2 is don't let enemies hit you, preferably not with torpedoes. Thank you all for watching, all for To Be Epic. And if you enjoy replay, as Claus appreciate, if you hit like button, it's help channel. And thank you all for watch.